Hey guys, Tim here with the Geekedupgaming review group. We're going to bring you guys a really cool game called All Hands on Deck. Now they've only got 3 days left on the Kickstarter, so if you guys want to jump over to Kickstarter.com and back that today, it's definitely worth everything that you guys are going to put into it. It comes with 108 cards, and it's everything you need. It's going to have your pirate cards and your action cards. Basically what you're doing is trying to build your pirate crew. Now there's a backstory to it, and I cannot remember all of the story, but it's kind of cool that what you're doing is you're recruiting new pirates to join your crew because you were just in this epic battle that happened, and you lost some men. So while your ship's getting repaired in the bay, you're out recruiting new guys. So basically, how you're going to win is you're going to get 7 cards of the same suit or from the same crew, old crew like Black Viper or wherever. Or you can get 3 cards from each of the 3 different crews that came back. So let's go ahead and head over to a tabletop surface and show you guys some of the cards and show you guys how the game plays, and also show you the rule book. Now the rule book that I have everything as prototype, obviously, because it's on Kickstarter, but this is a PDF, black and white. It was really easy to read. Got through it in less than maybe 15-20 minutes. And learn how to play, and then the cards are in full color. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to find a surface because we're at Anna's mom's house doing this. So obviously this isn't my couch, and it's not my place. But anyways, so let's go ahead and I'll find a table, show you guys how to play it, and tell you guys what we think about the All Hands on Deck. Except for, you already know, it's worth backing. So you don't even have to watch this video. Just go out there and back it on Kickstarter.com. Alright, let's go to this tabletop. Okay, so here we have the 3 suits. We have the Storm Sail, we have Sea Saber, and we have Black Viper. These cards are going to range from the numbers of 1 through 10. They're going to represent your pirate cards, and these are the cards that you'll be bidding on, as well as the other cards, the action cards. These are pretty straightforward. What you'll have to do is build a combination of 1 through 7. So you can do 1 through 7, or you can do 2 through 8, or you can do 3 through 9, or 4 through 10 to make your winning hand. Or you could have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or any combination of 3 consecutive numbers, 3 consecutive numbers, and 3 consecutive numbers to also build a winning hand. So that would put you at 9 cards. So it's a little bit more difficult because you're going for 3 different suits, but you have to have 3 consecutive numbers of those 3 suits. Where if you do just 1 color, then you can get all 7, and then that's kind of difficult too. So either way, it's kind of difficult, and you've got people playing action cards during the bidding process. So these are the 3 suits, Black Viper, Sea Saber, and Storm Sail. And it'll be a little bit more descriptive when we show you guys how to play. So let me go ahead and go over to the action cards and go through each description on how each action card works. Alright, so the first action card we have is called Cut Purse. Cut Purse happens like this. When resolved, this allows a captain to remove any 1 bid card from play before resolution of the auction and put it into the discard pile. So it says choose a bid card in play, discard selected card. So basically, after the bids are happening, we flip the cards over, and then when this one, depending on what order it is in, this will trigger. And then once that's triggered, then it will make it to where you can discard somebody else's bid card. So the next one we have is Fall Off the Deck. Fall off the deck. When resolved, the card that is up for auction is sent to the discard pile. All bid cards and any action cards are not already resolved are also sent immediately to the discard pile. The reason it says that is because you have to go in turn order, and then you can play this on before your own other action cards that you played for bid, or you can play it in whatever order as long as it's your turn. So that's going to kind of depict on what happens. The next card we have is Hidden Plunder. Hidden Plunder. Play this card as a bid card to go through the discard pile and select 1 card to remove and place it in your hand. So that's kind of cool. So you could take, and we didn't have one pop up when we were playing, but that's going to let you go through the discard pile and kind of rummage through. The next one we have is a Mermaid. The captain who plays this card draws one card randomly from the hand of every other captain. He selects one of these cards to add to his own hand and places the rest in the discard pile. So the next card that we have is Pieces of 8. And it says choose a crew or action card in play in the bid. Take it after it is discarded. So, it's basically self-explanatory, but when revealed as a bid card, select one of the bid cards on the table. Once the auction is resolved, take the selected bid card into your hand rather than sending it to the discard pile. So you're going to resolve all the action cards that were in that bid, and then this one is going to allow you to take the one of your choosing from the bids. Then we have Pirate Monkey, and this is the easiest one to explain. It's going to be a wild card, so you can use it at the. It's one of those cards you want to save to the end of the game, and you are going to keep it to replace anything that you're missing to make a full winning hand. The next card we have is the Rum card, and I've seen this one pop up a lot, and there's 3 of those. I guess I should have told you how many's in the whole deck. But anyways, when played as a bid card, Rum automatically wins the card that is up for auction regardless of the other captain's bids. So, of course you have to go in turn order. So if someone makes that card disappear before your Rum card gets played, then you don't get the card. So then we have Shady Deal. Ooh, kind of slid away from me. After this card is played, the captain who bid the lowest value pirate crew card must give you a card of his choice from his hand. If no one bid a pirate crew card, your Shady Deal has no effect. Action cards are not counted when determining the lowest bidder. If you are the lowest bidder, then you have wasted your Shady Deal action. So go ahead and give yourself a card of your choice from your hand. So I thought that was kind of funny. They kind of put that in there to give yourself a card. Then we have Tavern Brawl. And when played, select another captain as a target. That captain does not get a card dealt to him on the next round, and he is not allowed to bid on the auction as he is too busy fighting to pay attention to the auction's progress. And me and Brett both had one of those on the same game and played it at the same time. And I played mine on his and he played his on mine, or on me. And so we both got eliminated out of the round, basically. And Anna just bid one card and then took the card that she wanted. Which I think we should have just let her take it without bidding, but we made her bid anyway. Then we have the Pirate King. All other captains must select a card from their hand and pay it in tribute to you. You may select up to 2 of these cards to place into your hand, and you must put the rest into the discard pile. So that's kind of cool. So if you're playing with a bunch of people, you're going to, get a bunch of options and only pick 2 to put in your hand and the rest go to the discard pile. So that's all the cards. So now I'm going to show you how to set it up and show you guys how to play All Hands on Deck, a game of pirate crew building. Alright guys, so this is basically what it's going to look like for a 2-player game. You're going to give each player 5 cards, and then you can start the game. Now normally in the beginning of a round, each person would get a new card from the dealer, but seeming that we already have our 5 cards, we don't get that in the first round. So the first card would get flipped over, and we would be bidding on a Sea Saber Boatswain of a number 8. So then I would look at my cards, and just to show you guys, I have a 3, 8, 10, 6, and a 7. But I can't use them together. I can only use the blacks together, reds together, and blues together. So, since, let's say I was the dealer, then my opponent would go first. And let's just go ahead and play their cards faced out as well, so that we can kind of simulate what's going on. So they have their 5 cards, I have my 5 cards, and then we can begin the bidding process on this blue 8. So what would happen is that my opponent, since they have a 9 and a 9 and a 1 and a 3 of the blue, and they want to try to go for the 8s, they would play out of their hand any card they would want to choose. But since they have 2 9s, they're going to go ahead and bid 1 card face down. So let's move the hand out here. Now they're gonna bid that 1 card. So they bid their 1 card. Now it comes to me. I'll go ahead and bid my 1 card. So they really want that card. So they go ahead and bid another card. I decide to pass. They win the card because they bid highest, but before we do that, we flip these cards over to find out if there was any actions played, and this turn there were no actions played. So these bid cards would just go to the discard. She had the highest, or he, so they would get the card. And then they would become the dealer. We would both get 1 card each, so I would get one first because I'm not the dealer anymore, and then they would get a card. And basically you're just going to keep repeating this all the way through until someone gets 7 of the matching suit. They can either have 1 through 7, they can have 2 through 8, they can have 3 through 9, or they can have 4 through 10. Or they could set it up as having 3 consecutive numbers from each suit. So they would have to have 3 sets of 3. So they'd have to have 3 reds, 3 blues, 3 blacks, but those 3 numbers have to be in consecutive order. So it could be a 2, 3, and a 4 on blue. It could be a 4, 5, and a 6 in red. And then black could be 7, 8, and 9. And that would be a winning hand. Or if I had already had the 7 consecutive of any number that I wanted, or any color, so if I had 7 black, I would win. Or if I had 7 red, I could win. Or if I had 7 blue, I could win. So it could be 1 through 7, 2 through 8, 3 through 9, or 4 through 10. And that would be how you could win the game. So that is the basics of how to play All Hands on Deck. And it's a pretty simple game, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely worth backing. It's only got 3 days left, and they are a long way away from getting their goal. But if we could get as many backers as possible in the last couple days, it would be awesome. It would be great. So I'm going to go ahead and join you guys in our conclusion of the All Hands on Deck and what what we think about the game. Alright guys, so my thoughts on All Hands on Deck. This is a great game. I wasn't really too sure about it at the beginning. I knew it was all cards, so I was really thinking, okay, it's going to be a really easy game to learn and everything else, and it really was easy. And I really like the logo. I mean, I can't get over that skull right there. You guys see that? I really like that skull on there for that All Hands on Deck, the O for the on. So, you know, I really hope, I know it's hard to do in 3 days to get another $6 grand, but you know, I really think that this game is really worth being backed. You know, it is just cards, but it's a game that takes 30 to 40 minutes. You know, and it plays 2 to 6 players. You know, it's easy to learn, and it has some really cool, you know, colorful art on here. The flavor text of the action cards are pretty neat. Like this one's the mermaid. It says, the beast has been said to stir madness in a sailor's heart up until she sinks her teeth into it. So, you know, that's just kind of cool because, look, I mean, look at the grin that she's got right there. Yeah, she's about to eat your heart out, literally. So, you know, that's a lot of fun. You know, they didn't do any flavor text for the pirates, but for the action cards they did, so that was kind of cool. And the flavor text is also in the rule book. And, you know, the artwork is cartoony, but it's a lot of fun. So this is definitely a game worth picking up. If you guys didn't, you know, don't have the chance to back it, I mean, it is on its one of the 3 days that are left. So after midnight tonight, it'll have 2 days left. And if it can fund, that's going to be awesome. And I hope it can hit that. And I hope that those of you that did back it, you won't be disappointed. And if it does have to go to a reboot, get back on the wagon and you know, go ahead and hit the pledge button to get this, because it's awesome. I'm really glad that we got the chance to take a look at this game. I'm really a big fan of the little symbols they have, like for Storm Sail. They got like a lightning bolt and a cloud and stuff going on there. And then for the Black Viper, they actually used like a black flag, but then the Viper's, you know, a white outline. And then for the Sea Sabers, you know, they used 2 sabers, you know, for their logo. So they had a really cool ideas on here, and I really just, you know, I can't get over the logo on the back of this card. It was really fun to just, you know, I got really antsy and wanted to play it and everything, and this may be weird, but I kind of like the PDF. I'm just kind of weird because I like flipping through pages, and I feel like I was on a mission, going through this. And minus the color and it being a PDF, this is great for being the final copy. I read it word for word. I only read through it once, so if there's any typos, I must have missed it. But usually when there's a typo, I get hung up on the rules and hung up on the story because I'm so focused on that misspelling. And you guys will notice it when I find a misspelling in a rule book and I'm going through it and I'm reading and I stop. That's because either one word is repeated twice or it's misspelled and I can't make out what the word is. Usually I can make out the word, but I just keep looking at it like, this is, something simple that could be fixed. Usually when it's prototype, but if it's a finished game, I just can't stand the error. But I thought it was kind of cool that on the setup, it says the entire deck is shuffled and placed in the center of the galley table. Move the plates and mugs of grog first. It's in parentheses under game setup. They were kind of like funny with it, with the rule book. And they broke down. If I didn't have any questions on how anything worked, they have everything already thought out. Everything is in here in this rule book. If anyone has any questions about anything, they should have been able to find it in this rule book. And it doesn't even have a table of contents, but it's just really easy to find everything. I mean, everything is broke down, and maybe it's just because it's black and white, but I think even in color it'll be easy to find. But like, they have the big text, and then they have it blocked out instead of writing the print on pictures. So they actually put like a white background for the actual text to be on there. And it's really easy to find everything. So I'm a fan. If they come out with any expansion stuff, I'm definitely gonna try to get a hold of it. And if I can't, then I'll just put the money towards it. But I'm really glad that I got a chance to put this on my table. I'm glad I got to bring you guys a review of it. Obviously, I didn't put it on the table. I did it on the carpet, and then I used a computer desk. So I did what I had to do. Especially with it only having 3 days left. So I'm going to quit talking so I can get this thing edited, uploaded, and you guys can give me your thoughts on the comments below in the section, and please hit that subscribe button. Also check us out on Facebook.com/Geekedupgaming1 and Twitter @Geekedupgaming1. You can also find us on Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram, Google+, wherever. You just Google our name, all one word, Geeked Up Gaming, and all of our profiles will show up. If it does pull up our WordPress, that's no longer in activity. We are now on the Weebly because it was so much easier. So it's geekedupgamingreviewgroup.weebly.com, and we're also doing a giveaway for the Romance of the Nine Empires by AEG, which there's a funny story behind that game if you guys haven't heard it. Apparently there's a TV series that played this game called Romance of the Nine Empires, and somebody thought, hey, we should take that game, we should put it on Kickstarter, see if it gets backed. It got backed. It's a real game. It was actually a fake game in the TV series, but it's real now. AEG backed the sponsorship, or however you want to call that, and started promoting it. And I've got one copy for myself. I got an extra copy during Gen Con, and I want to forward the great game to someone else. So you guys, all you have to do is go to Twitter and hashtag GeekedUpGiveaway, and both G's are going to be capitalized. Geeked Up Giveaway, and just tag us in there at Geekedupgaming1, and you guys will be entered into the drawing. And there's not a lot of people that are hitting it yet, but the longer we're going to run this, we're going to have a lot more people in it, and we only have one copy to give away. So be sure that you guys go to Twitter, follow us, and if you guys have any games that you need reviewed and popped up, please hit us up on the Twitter or Facebook, or you could hit me on the Yahoo at geekedupgaming@yahoo.com. Almost forgot my own email. How's that go? So that's it. That's all I have for All Hands on Deck. So I'm Tim with the Geeked Up Gaming Review Group. This is All Hands on Deck. See you guys later.